Nancy Moskowitz, giving the presentation today, is one of our amazing reference librarians, and she's been managing the databases for many years.
Okay, thank you, Veronica, for what you helped me with so far. I'm going to share my screen with you, which is the New City Library home screen. Can everyone see it? Oh, I guess you do. Put it in the chat if you have any problem. What I want to cover in this database are three things. I want to cover how to get to our investment databases, some basic searches, how you can find basic information, and finally, how you can find out more information about how to get the most out of these databases. So when you begin to use our databases, you must go through our database page. Even if you know it's valueline.com, don't go into that because it won't let you in. It's letting you in because it's letting you in through us. We have the subscription and you'll use it through us. So the first thing you want to do is go to our website, which is newcitylibrary.org. You see it right here. Then we're going to go down to eLibrary and click on Databases and Research. Now here you're on the landing page of our databases. What you're seeing here are the featured ones. So the way you're going to find it, there are three ways. You could either go to the A to Z list, and if you know you're looking for Morningstar, go to the letter M, and you'll find it there. Or you can go to Business, see all of our business offerings, and find Value Line and Morningstar that way. Or because they're featured databases, we can just scroll down and find them this way. So the first one we see is Value Line, and there's a little blurb that's supplied by the company that tells you a little bit about what the database is all about. We're going to click on Login outside the library because we have remote access. So we click on, and the first thing you're going to see is they want your barcode number. I'm going to put mine in. Okay, now you see here, Welcome New City Library. And what we're landing on is the research page. But we're going to go to the dashboard, which is the page where you really want to maneuver around the database. Click on dashboard, and depending on what you want to do, if you're just looking up a stock just to see how it's doing, you would come up to this box right here, and you would type in, say we're looking for Apple. And here it goes, Apple, AAPL. So we'll click on it. And what we're getting is a little snapshot of what's going on. We see the price of the stock, the change, and then some different information. And then here are the famous Value Line ratings. The ratings are 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. The safety, it's rated a 1. Now, if you're not sure what that means, you can click on Show, and it gives you a little description of what that means. Financial strength is A++. The best is A+++, but A++ is pretty good. So you can scroll down and you can look at the different data that they put in these, what they call modules. And you can actually manipulate a little bit some of the information. You can click on business history, well, no history available. And now down here on the side are the latest reports. Value Line is known for their commentaries, their reports. They follow about 1,700 stocks, and every week they come out with their new report. There's about 120 stocks. They do them on a 12-week basis, so every 12 weeks they repeat it. So the last time they did a stock was September. A report on Apple was September 25th. You can look at View. You can look at the latest report that way, or you could just simply click on PDF reports. We're going to pick the September 25th. And this is the page that those of you who know the print will be most familiar with. It gives the information. There's a little commentary, which some people consider very important. Gives you their financial strength, their stability. You can print this out. You go to your browser, print it out if you want. And that's what you're probably most familiar with. Now, if you're a little concerned that this is old, September 25th, let's go back to the dashboard. And we're going to look at it in a different way. On the dashboard, they give you the stock market today, the updates. So let's go to what people know, and what I just mentioned was the reports that are released every Monday at 8 a.m. They're dated the following Friday. So let's see what they say. These are the companies that they have most recently released on the November 13th release. And you can see Apple's not on here because we know they did them on September 25th. So you can actually sort these by different, you can click on timeliness, you can click on, and it gives you the ones first, financial strength. You could also click on the name of the stock, and it will go to this page, which we saw with Apple, and then you can get the PDF report, dated November 13th. Okay, so that's basically how you maneuver that. But if you want to look at something that's a little bit more recent, say what's going on recently, I want to look at and you want to look at the supplementary reports, which are right here. And they'll tell you what companies they have discussed since the last time they had an official report, a big report. Okay, like Pfizer, we know that they just had a vaccine. Good news about Pfizer. So let's see what they say about Pfizer. This is very timely. It's dated Monday. And this is their little report. It's only it's like 300 or 400 words, but it gives you some information. So encouraging development. Okay, so that gives you that. Let's see what else we have here. We're going to go back to the dashboard. There are other things you can look at: selection and opinion, special situations. So some of these will be familiar to you. The other thing I want to talk about is their investment education, which is pretty good. If you click on this, they have a YouTube channel where you can actually watch videos on the stock to buy right now. They do that, looks like monthly. And they also have some instructional videos. So you could also use that. They also have a glossary, which is very good for terms that you may not be familiar with or you want more information on. So you would just say, and then it gives you quite a extensive list of definitions there. Tools and guides is also very good. They have these PDF booklets that you can use, helpful navigation hints. And if you noticed, these are some companies that I've looked at lately. Okay, so it keeps a list for me. Okay, so let's look at, I want to go back to our database page. So now we're going to look for Morningstar. So we're going back to newcitylibrary.org, eLibrary, databases and research. And again, we'll scroll down here to Morningstar. Log in outside the library. Here they already have auto-filled the library, New City. I put in my card number already. Log in. Okay. Like Value Line, they also have a quick search. So let's put in Apple, which I know is by now is AAPL. Oh, 1 second. Oh, let me just see something else. All right. Okay, they take a little longer to load. If you see, now we know that the Value Line rating system was 1 through 5, 1 being the best. Apple is like a hotel. This is rated a 2, which is 5 is the best, 1 is the worst. Now, this is what they give you. And you can manipulate the information, news, find out what's going on, show all news, and you can click on these articles. Okay, so let's look at the page that they have. Their analysis, read full analysis. They don't have analysis on everything, but when they do, you can see it's pretty extensive. All right, so they also have the financials, balance sheets, valuation, dividends, ownership. This is something that Value Line doesn't do as well, is that because they're mutual funds, they tell you what mutual funds, what percentage of the shares are that they have and what percentage of the total assets is that stock. So they really are pretty comprehensive. They give you different information of who's on their team, their executive team, company profile. They don't have a PDF of that. This is what you get. And let's go back here. Now, with Morningstar, we only own one seat, so it is possible that if you could get turned away, but it very rarely happens. I think it's only happened 1 month. We had a couple of turnaways, and I suspect that someone didn't end their session. Someone else tried to get in. Okay, so the other way to search Morningstar is to say we want to look at stocks. Now, they don't have the same type of things that Value Line has with their recommendations in the same format. So let's see what they like. We're going to go into, they have pre-built screens. So we're going to look by stock name, Morningstar screens. Now up here, we can choose some of these screeners. Cash cows, what Ben Graham likes, Warren Buffett. So let's say we want bargain stocks. And open. And they're going to have a list of 56 stocks that they say are bargains. Now, if it has a report, it will have the date. If there's nothing, there's no report. There's the ratings. So if we want to say, well, I only want to see what Morningstar reports are, then we can click on that and get the ones that reports.
We do have a question in the chat from Erin.
Oh, yes.
Either of the sites give access to third-party analyst reports like Goldman or CSFB?
No, this is all proprietary. It's all their stuff.
Also, does either provide access to publicly filed statements by the company with the SEC?
These are all publicly traded companies, yes. I think Dun & Bradstreet used to have more of like the 10Ks. They don't have that stuff. They don't give you the filings. They just give you what they think their analysis is, which of course is their own opinion. And sometimes Value Line and Morningstar differ on what they think. So with Morningstar, as I said, we can click on these different topics, and then we would get it sorted in different ways. So that's one thing to do. The same thing for funds. If you know the fund, you could put it in here. If you don't know the fund, you could do this fund name and then click on more. You can build your own screen, but I'm not going to talk about that. So what we want to look at is small and beautiful, hidden gems. I don't know enough about these. Let's look at hidden gems. Open. And now it gives us one page, 20 funds. And then we can click on, say we want to look at this one, Fidelity and Small Stock. This one is a little bit slow in loading. Okay, so this does give you the analyst take on it, read full analysis. It is quite extensive, as you can see. Okay. Okay, we'll go back a page. Fund analyst reports. They do 1,653 reports. So you could take a look at them. It's sorted by most recent report. Like this one is from today. And if you click on it, click on the title, click on the name of the fund, and it will give you information, tells you who wrote the report, and gives you all this stuff. Okay, so that's how you would search Morningstar. In a very basic way, there are more things you can check on, more things you can do. You can, they give you a lot of tools here. If you go to portfolio, it gives you information on how to build a portfolio, asset allocation. They have calculators for retirement and college. One of the, they also have, let me do this next, is newsletters on these 4 different topics. The November one is available here, Dividend Investor, Fund Investor. And these are in PDF form, but very nice. You can always print them out. They do allow printing. Okay. And then this one, I think they really excel at health and education. If you want to go to a much better webinar than this one, tomorrow, Thursday, November 12th at 12 o'clock Eastern time, they're going to have a Zoom meeting. So if you want to click on this tomorrow, you can get into that. And the quality of their education, from what I can tell, is very good. They also have users guides that you can download. Free guide for investing for the long run. And I thought this was a lot of fun. They have actually like a school investment classroom. Say we don't know much, we want to learn. They have a course catalog, and it goes like a college course, 100, 500 being the most comprehensive. You can click on one of the classes. They're very short little things. You could print the lesson. You can just, this is a very basic education, but it can get to the more complicated, like if you're doing a 500 level course about these other topics, constructing a portfolio, whatnot. And I think that's a really nice little feature that they have. They let's see. They also have a glossary, and I think the fact that they have all of these ways to help you. The tutorial center has little. Well, I don't have it on this computer, but you can play these different videos. They don't have a YouTube channel like Value Line, but they do have videos, articles and videos, and you can see what they have. It tells you if it's a video. And these are updated constantly. They haven't updated anything today on the articles, but you could search by author, you could search by collection, or you could just take a quick look and see if anything interests you. So this is a really nice way to educate yourself on investments. And we're very pleased that these two, I didn't even realize how good their investment education was until I looked into it. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want to really take charge of your own investments, that even if you don't know that much, you could certainly learn. Okay, so I'm going to, now, another thing to remember, very important, to end your session. You only have one seat, and if you if you just leave, you're still signed in, as you saw it happen to me. So remember to end your session. The other thing I want to talk about is another little way to find information on how to use things, how to use these, is on our database A to Z list. There's a little thing here that says database tutorials. And if we go to full screen, you will see a lot of these things for many of our databases. We have book browse, there's something like COVID-19. consumer reports. So they have a lot. They also include Morningstar investments and Value Line. It's very short, but it would get, if you want a little refresher or you just want to see what they have to say, you can watch the little video. Value Line has one also. And this is, I think it's a niche academy, but it's branded with our name. So this is another way to kind of learn a little bit about how to use the databases, because I showed you, I guess what I wanted to accomplish was to show you how to get to them, which I think I'll go through again, and how to do a basic search, and then how to get more information on how to get the most out of them. So you're certainly welcome to look at this and see. There's quite a few good things on these database tutorials, even things like Microsoft Office, but that's another story. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this, close this. So as you remember, we're going to go to newcitylibrary.org. E-library, databases and research, and here you'll find everything. If you're not sure what you want, go to databases A to Z. Remember, you want Morningstar. There you go. Log in outside. Log in. There you go. And Value Line. Log in outside. Put in your barcode, and there you go. So I think these are sources. Value Line, to be honest, gets a lot more use than Morningstar. But I think they complement each other and they have different strengths. Value Line is more mutual fund heavy. Value Line does have funds, not probably as many, and maybe they don't do it. Their take on it's a little different. So you should probably take a look at both, and you could check them every day. The updates for Value Line are every Monday at 8 a.m. I'm not sure when the Value Line, Morningstar ones are, but you could just check it on a daily basis or weekly basis, depending on how your things are doing, issues. But thank you for your patience and your attention, and we'll be having more probably on other topics. And I'm glad they're welcome.